Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on the Saturday, May 30th, 2020. Thanks for joining me. Hope you all are staying cool. It's a little bit warm in the southern states, and the Queen is just chilling out on this wonderful Saturday in the High 10. I would like to bring you said information out of Birmingham, Alabama. I haven't talked much about this said person and scenarios pertaining to the shenanigans that goes on down there with these people. But I'm bringing you this story because I saw a clip on another YouTuber's channel, and I thought I'd bring this information to you all myself as well. And I'll bring you this information from Al.com. This was updated on May 29th. Birmingham rapper Gunz Vito wounded in a hail of gunfire in Torrance drive-by shooting. A Birmingham rapper was wounded in a barrage of gunfire in a Torrance neighborhood Thursday night. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Daniel Lee Jelks, a.k.a. Gunz Vito, was shot in the stomach and the leg in what police said was a drive-by shooting. The gunfire erupted about 6:30 p.m. in the 1100 block of Birmingham Street, where Jelks was standing on the front porch of the home of his girlfriend's family. Toronto Police Detective Corporal James Butterbrodt said two suspects drove and opened fire on Jelks with pistols. Between 50 to 70 shots were fired. Jelks was struck at least 3 times. Family members took Jelks to UAB Hospital, where he is undergoing treatment. He was conscious when he left the scene. Police said his injuries are considered serious but not life-threatening. Jelks later posted a Facebook Live video after being released from the hospital, saying he was shot 4 times and on his way home after being treated. 2 houses also were hit by gunfire, including the home Jelks was visiting. Jelks, in 2019, was found not guilty in the shooting death of a 17-year-old Ralph Woodfin III, the nephew of Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin. His first trial in Woodfin's slaying ended in a hung jury. This is a developing story and will be updated as more information is released. And this said information is brought to you by Al.com. Let me say, before I give my commentary, I haven't discussed Mr. Vito nor Mr. McKinney and none of that shenanigans, or the Camille's mother, egg donor, really. I don't discuss them for reasons I have already told you why. It's because things had got out of control pertaining to the case with rhetoric with these people, said people on social media, and in my opinion, it didn't have anything to do with that case of the child's death. So I spoke on certain things that was interacting with these said people, and then I vacated the premises because I felt like, as I stated, it didn't have anything to do with the case, any evidence pertaining to the case. I brought this story because I thought, well, I don't talk about him. It's been a long time since I've talked about Mr. Vito, and I have watched a few clips of another channel who talks about Vito and Mr. McKinney and all that shenanigans a lot. That is his choice. But I choose not to because, as I stated, nothing has come to fruition about the said case pertaining to the child. So I don't want to indulge in, talking about these people every day. And it's only social media posts, which that's not my hype. I don't get into Facebook rhetoric, Snapchat, Twitter. That's not my bag. Because that to me is just talk. It doesn't mean anything. People get on social media and talk about crazy stuff all the time. But I thought this was an interesting story just to let some of my viewers know who don't patronize other channels to get the 411 coming out of Birmingham, Alabama. Mr. Vito was shot. From this article, it states he is okay. He was shot in the stomach and the leg. And so obviously, he went to social media to let everybody know that he's okay. Let me say this about this case, this situation with Mr. Vito and the other shenanigans that have transpired pertaining to that child. Even though I don't even like tying that into this. I think with all that's going on in the world, considering, with Corona, the gun violence in America against black Americans with white civilians, Stand Your Ground acts, taking upon themselves to arrest people, police brutality, police gun violence against black Americans, the death of Mr. George Floyd is an eye-opener, And with all these things happening, I feel like God has a reason for letting all this transpire. He is showing us something. What he is showing us, I can't say per se, but it's sad nonetheless. And I think people need to wake up and see that life is short, that there are no guarantees that you're going to wake up tomorrow. You have no guarantee that you're going to have a full life, that you're going to live to be 80, 90 years old, 100 years old. It's not in the cards for everyone. So to be out here in the streets, gang banging, making enemies, selling drugs, using drugs, robbing people, whatever it is you're doing illegal, it is short-lived. You will either be incarcerated or you will die by the hands of someone else, or you'll die from participating in using or selling drugs. That is the game. That is what will happen to you. I'm not saying any of that has anything to do with Mr. Vito being shot, but what I am saying is the street life in general is not the way to go. And of course, this being a drive-by, that's a street antic, a street scenario. And so that's why I'm saying all of this, is that the street life is null and void. There's no hope in it. There has never been any hope in it. And I say this because I'm tired of hearing these stories of African American men battling with one another over stupid shit. Yeah, I'm saying that. And lately I have been using profanity, and excuse those who watch me and don't rarely see me curse in my videos, but I'm tired of the BS. I'm tired of everything right now. I'm tired, as I've stated, of nasty ass attitudes from people in general, black and white. I'm tired of gun violence. I'm tired of people wanting to be Captain Save-A-Hole. I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of violence amongst our own people, against each other. Whatever happened in Birmingham the other day pertaining to two guns, I don't know. I ain't in that man's business. But what I think is sad is that he was shot. What he's done or said to somebody, I don't know. Who shot him? How many people were involved? I don't know. But I think it is ridiculous. And I really wish that everyone, this is for all people, whether you hang in the street, run in the street, gang affiliated, want props, whichsoever, find your ass something to do. Go read a book. Go get a job. Go to school, do something. And with the coronavirus, those things have been null and void. But have a dream. Focus on something. Besides hanging on street corners, front porches, sitting on cars, breezeways, stop and go marts. See where I'm going with that? Get your ass something to do. Because this isn't the life. Mr. Vito has a talent to rap. And as I have stated before in previous videos months ago, that should be his primary focus, besides taking care of himself and his children if he has any. That should be his focus. But who am I to tell Mr. Vito or any African American male or female what to do with their life? But I think being shot speaks volumes of why you should have a focus in life. Now, I don't know what's been going on with him. I've seen little clips on a different channel of people beefing with him, said people beefing and going off on him and turning on him. I don't know anything about any of that. As I told you all, I don't divulge in any of that shit that goes on Facebook because I'm not into that. I'm not into that life. I'm not into that world. Do I see and hear about it? Of course I do. But I know it's not even for me, and I'm 49 years old. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? That's a easy way to get to the cemetery and the penitentiary. And I ain't trying to get to neither. And I would hope these young people out here, whatever your race is, you don't want to go by that way. Because life is short. And there's so much living to do and things to focus on. I wish Vito and all these other young men would focus on living. Focus on living a positive life that doesn't involve violence, doesn't involve toting guns, being gang-related, affiliated, joining a gang, running in the streets, robbery. None of that stuff. Why not focus on living? And Mr. Two Guns, I don't know what you've done or said to someone that may have brought on this gunfire upon you and those said houses, because some other people could have also been injured or murdered. Nobody's thinking about that. It's sickening and sad. And who's to say that somebody just didn't want to make a name for themselves to say, hey, I'm the one that shot two guns. Yeah, that was me. Because you have sick people who are like that. They want their name to ring in the streets as being tough, being bad. Well, let me tell you something. That don't mean nothing when your ass is doing 25 to life. You're just a number. And if you don't end up going to prison for a said crime, such as murder, attempted murder, you'll probably end up being gunned down your damn self. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you're just dust. And some bones in a casket for somebody to cry and moan over. And then that too shall pass. Life is short. Two Gunz, I want you to get yourself together, honey. Life is short. And you should see that. And all this time that you're ranting on Facebook about this and that and feeling like you have a right to say what you want to say to these people who are saying things about you or whatever, why don't you just ignore them? Why don't you do them a favor? Do yourself a favor and just say, you know what? I'm not even about to waste my time bickering with these people about stupid shit that in the end don't got no value, don't got no clout, it don't got no nothing. It's not even important. Because 9 times out of 10, that all this stuff that everybody's beefing about on Facebook and ranting and raving about, it has no validity. It's useless banter. Focus on your music. Focus on living and having a better life. You should been have left Birmingham a long time ago. I don't think that place is for you. I don't think that place is for a lot of people. It's just location. You can make a life anywhere. And I say that to all young people, black, white, Mexican, whomever. The street is not a life for many of you. I think most of you know that. And whatever your reasons are for wanting to be in the street, hang in the street, want a name for yourself, why not get a name for being useful and productive, working and being successful, and being proud of yourself, and being able to sleep at night, knowing nobody's looking for you, nobody's wanting to harm you or your family, and no one is wanting you dead. Try living. It's free, and it don't cost you anything. That's the said information out of Birmingham, Alabama. Thanks for joining me. Mask up, glove up. Stay safe out there, America. Thank you all for listening. And let's send a prayer out for Mr. George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery. As you see, life is short, and you can be snuffed out at a moment's notice on some bullshit. And do you want to be one of those people? Because let me tell you, no matter how you live, you can be one of those people. Whether you were minding your business, running your mouth, doesn't matter. When the devil comes to pay, he will come and pay. He will surely come if he wants to knock at your door. Please don't be one of those people. We live in a terrible world right now to where you can be an innocent bystander, minding your business, and end up dead. So don't go out here looking for trouble, because in this time, it will surely find you. It will surely find you. You all stay safe out there. God bless all of you. Two Gunz Vito. Please stay safe. Anyone affiliated with you, stay safe. Stay out of the way. And real talk to all people, young and old. Give Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all that a break. Learn when to be quiet. You don't have to let everybody know what you're thinking. It's not that serious. Everyday shenanigans. I'm out of here. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.